Reviews left by people who got kicked out of comedy clubs. All right, so this is one of the greats. Comedian came up and talked about how shitty the lineup was compared to him. That was his opener. Then as people walk out on him, he prays for God for them to die. Then he prays again that they are paralyzed instead. I'm supposed to hate this guy? He gets upset as two women are trying to pay and calls them skanks. Okay, and then prays again that they are redacted. We're not reading the rest of that. Then his act goes on to ask if there are any deaths in the family. My wife says that her father died. The management or staff should have stopped it by now, as servers gasp and say, "Oh my God," under their breath. And another comedian in the back actually says, "How do you know they're not offended?" And he says he doesn't care. He brings another idiot staff member up and then does impersonations. He does dead celebrity impersonations, and the whole show is shit. I can't believe I paid to see this bullshit. And then he impersonates my wife's father's last moments. This could be any comic in New York. Who you think was right or wrong? Some of the comics last night were defensive and unprofessional. When customers pay money to watch a show, they reserve the right to boo or criticize the comics on stage. After all, the comics tell us not to be so sensitive and that it's all in good fun. If you can't handle it, find another profession. My daughter kindly let the comic know that his joke didn't work, and he called her insulting names. Imagine if your dad loved you this much. All I'm seeing here is a great dad. If we didn't pay money to see you, you wouldn't be on stage. I don't think you're gonna guess the comedian. My daughter, celebrating her 21st birthday, had a flashing tiara on, and the jerk yelled at her in a rude tone to turn that bleeping thing off. Just sitting in the dark looking like a lighthouse. We almost walked out, but we had just spent good money on 4 front row tickets. We stuck it out. That is called the sunken cost fallacy. That's why we stayed in Vietnam. That's why I stayed in that one relationship. I told all of our friends that go to Vegas about this issue. What did she say? You know how we wear flashing tiaras? You know, like how we do at the movies? Go see Terry Factor or Jeff Dunham instead. Her review for Jeff Dunham. Jeff was nice, but his puppets were rude to me when I disrupted the show. Sorry, Carrot Top. You just lost fans. I love that they stayed and watched prop comedy all mad. Like he pulls a funny shoe out of a suitcase and you have to pretend like you don't love it. Have you ever been kicked out of a comedy club? Tell me what happened.